Restate.
Yes, sir.
Restate everything.
Okay, so there's three specifications. One being his
Okay.
name. I'm not asserting because he has this name, it gains all the components. I already agreed beforehand, if you recall, that some flaws and contradiction could be there, but the main strand of it, the overarching point, is going to be the most fulfillment because that's what it aims to, what's it called? Metric in a way, right? So the first one's his name. Second one's cinematography, which is also known as his appearance. Third one is going to be the multiple times he references enlightenment to be within him. So there's three specifications that formulate like a probabilistic assessment. You could think of it like deductive reasoning, abductive, inductive. They all follow drawing a line to a conclusion based off preponderance.
Okay, so explain 2 and 3. Explain 2 or 3.
2 and 3 would be cinematography.
So what about his appearance? So
Yeah,
what about
so
his
whenever-
appearance
when-
and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Drew you to that conclusion.
whenever he uses his Buddha fruit, we see that he appears to be like Buddha, just a very smaller version. And
Okay.
the third one would be the multiple times he references enlightenment. Enlightenment in Buddhism is referencing to
And like, what's the context? What's the context of those? Is he saying like he's enlightened?
No, so in the context of Buddhism, it's no limitation.
No, I'm talking about Sengoku.
Yeah, yeah,
like when Sengoku
that's what
was
I'm
talking
explaining
about.
right after. In the context of Buddha, it's no limitational. Whenever Sengoku reaches that and he says, "I have reached enlightenment," he's basically saying, and Gorp even references this, he's all powerful. He's saying he's no limitational. It's perfectly
In
relevant
what
to any
what chapter is this?
So hold up, it's I know it's at one of them for the cinematography purposes. Is that whenever they fight, where's it at? Where's that place? Fuck. The big war on like the Admiral's playing field. I forgot what it's called. What's like the
Marineford?
Yeah, Marineford. There we go. Thank you. And then another time is pretty later on in the manga. I'm pretty sure it's at Wano and everything. He states it. I don't know exactly the chapter. But you should be aware of 1 and 2. If 1 and 2 is enough instead of the actual referential statement part, then I think it still follows a probabilistic assessment, which points to a conclusion that's probably the case.
So you don't have the chapters?
I don't have the chapters on me, no, but it's seemingly they.
Okay, so you have no proof.
Okay, I'll just show you a picture of 2 since you didn't question premise 1. I'll just show you a picture of 2. That's fine. I got you.
I'll question premise 1 in a minute.
Tell me what premise 1
Yo,
is.
so the
right now, real
argument
quick.
is, wait, is the argument that Sengoku's Buddha and Big Mom scales to Sengoku, so since the Buddha is boundless or outer, that means Big Mom's outer too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Alright. I think the whole Sengoku being Buddha kind of gets contradicted a little bit later. Like he's still Buddha, right? But I don't think he's like fully Buddha.
Yeah, because aren't Buddhists like pacifist?
It's not even that they're
Buddha-
pacifist, right?
No, that's
It's that he's
that's-
not actually Buddha, right?
it's so funny
okay, so
though,
go.
because that's not what Buddhas are. That's Buddhist people. Those are called pacifists. And also, if you wanted to go down that route, literally they got things in the verse that are called pacifistas, which are the things that kind of just follow under Sengoku's orders, basically, which helps my point. But I'm not gonna argue that, of course.
Yeah. But so, right? My issue with the scale is that we learn from Vegapunk what devil fruits are, is what people imagine things are, right?
Yeah.
So what they're doing is they're imagining what the Buddha would be like and saying, "Oh, I want to be like Buddha."
Yeah, that's
and they're like filling the gaps using their
yeah,
imagination.
no, that's
right?
why I said the main
Yeah.
similarity is just him being a metafictional representation of Buddha. I don't think they're alike. Like no, I do think they're alike in multiple categories, but I don't think they're exactly the same. I think there's flaws and contradictions that points to Sengoku's Buddha being exactly alike, just a normal Nirvana reached Buddha that follows Buddhism entirely. I agree with that. But
so
to say
here's the thing.
wait, but to say the general occupant is different whenever they follow the same representation makes no sense.
Okay, but here's the thing. He's using imagination, right? He'd have to have knowledge on the full scale of Nirvana to imagine it and become into it.
It's not even that. He would, yeah, it is that. But it's like, if you're saying that he is Buddha, and that's what make him outer, then he would literally have to know exactly what the fuck Buddha is and understand it. How you gonna understand a nigga with balance?
No, so
Exactly. He just couldn't.
So that's
He couldn't
that's
understand Buddha to imagine the fruit.
yeah, no. So in Sengoku's devil fruit, I hope you know not all devil fruits work that way. Just because you imagine it working a certain way doesn't mean that the outcome's gonna be dictated like that. Like the only one we know that actually works that way is Luffy's actually pragmatically speaking because he's succeeded.
No.
That is wait. That is hold up. No, that is true.
Vegapunk explained that's where
No,
devil fruits
because
come
that's
from.
not but that's not true because even people that ate a devil fruit, like for example the smile fruit that Killer ate, he never intended. He doesn't. He hates with a passion to not smile. He hates his smile, but he still smiles. The devil fruit isn't controlled by your imagination. That's like the most stupidest thing ever.
Wait a minute, that's a bad example because smile fruits are artificially made to have the downside.
But y'all reference devil fruits in general.
Smile fruits.
So y'all would have to list like any other. Wait, I just got a question. What other devil
What
fruit?
we're saying is when the devil fruit was originally created, the person imagined wanting to do this thing, and that's how the devil fruit was made.
Yeah, that's all devil fruits.
Okay, yeah.
Smile
Imagine the way of
fruits are
making.
literally
Imagine the way of like
right?
critiquing the devil fruit. Then yeah, sure. I don't care about that. That doesn't like refute the point though.
No, it does.
How does it refute the point?
You have to if someone's imagining that they want to be like Buddha, they don't know the full range of Buddha's capabilities. They're just imagining
that's what I'm
how
saying.
Buddha would be,
Yeah,
right?
that's my point though.
Okay.
I agree that they're flawed and contradictory to each other, right? But the thing is that I agree to a general occupant. If they have any sense of representation, I think it would be logical to assessment a general occupant for them. This general occupant would be completely, because he's a representation of Buddha, he'll be transcendental towards nirvana. It's very simple because that's the main general occupant for Buddhism or for the Buddha itself.
Okay, but look, devil fruits, they have contradictions with the real world things, right? For you to say that one of the things that it would keep would be the full like knowledge of nirvana, I think is a little weird.
I don't even. Buddha doesn't even. Oh my. You know, in the whole like series or even the novel for Journey to the West, it's never stated one time Buddha has the whole entire knowledge of nirvana. In fact, it only states that he's transcendental towards nirvana, which is like scaling him like theoretically balanced or out of her. So I don't care where you rank it. But the whole point goes like this. Just because you're transcendental towards something does not mean you overcome it with limitless knowledge about that something or know everything about it. That's so stupid to even think. If you have an existence that's fourth dimensional, and in fictional, we see this to be the case multiple times too. Characters that are on a fourth dimensional plane of existence doesn't know every single category that is going to happen or particular option that's going to happen in the third dimensional framework.
But here's the thing, for the devil fruit,
apparently she's outer. Apparently she's outer.
She's not outer.
He has to imagine that certain aspect.
Outer is horrendous.
No, he doesn't. Aspect.
I mean, you could argue like the metaphysical aspects of it, like you just argue abstraction because you can like take souls and like make that.
Wait, hold on, Ali.
So,
it's not arguing that he has to imagine it. What we agreed previously was that the critiquing of the devil fruit is what imagines something, right? How you critique the devil fruit and how it's made is to be particular in the option to actually how it's defined and how it's going to combat well, right? That's the imagination.
Bro, Soul does this shit on purpose, bro.
I've been saying this is a goon and wink scale this whole time.
He said that this
No. Soul does this shit on purpose, bro. He purposely like makes words hard to understand so y'all can feel stupid as shit. He does this shit on purpose.
Okay, tell me what word I would replace with particular for.
Like, he put it in a very complex way for like.
It's like the most layman terms I could use right here. What other word would I use for metafictional representation, man? There's no other fucking simpler word. Because if I say just fictional, they're gonna strawman the whole argument. If I say meta, they're gonna be like, oh, all strawman the entire argument. I can't just nitpick these words. I have to say them exactly how they mean. Because every time they strawman the argument, so they gotta ask for like a fucking extrapolation on these words.
Is it metafictional transcendence? Just say that.
No, it's not transcendence, not that.
Well, if I mean,
that's the hacks. That's the hacks, or the ability actually. Metafictional
I mean,
is just like
the way to argue it is like I think a way to argue out it that was stupid is the soul thing. She can like take souls, which is abstract, and then abstract is an aspect of metaphysics, and metaphysics is outer. That would be, anyways.
I don't care about the fucking abstraction scales. I don't think abstraction scales you anywhere anyway. Other than levels of existence, abstraction, then I think that entirely scales. And maybe
abstraction is 5D.
I think abstraction is 5D.
But there's like a really prominent theory about the fifth dimension. It's obviously beyond the confines of space and time, but on a non-physical level, it's just abstract, purely abstract.
I don't know. That theory sounds stupid.
You can argue that.
This is basically my argument, right? So the person who originally imagined the Buddha fruit could not have been enlightened or on the same level of Buddha, or else he wouldn't need to imagine the devil fruit, right? And if he wasn't on enlightened,
Wait, what are y'all talking about?
He's saying that Sengoku's the actual like Buddha, or not?
That's not what I
Buddha.
said.
He's a metaphysical.
No, Sengoku is a representation of Buddha.
He's a representation, right?
Yes.
So he's outer, and then Big Mom
doesn't make it.
He's outer.
That does. By the way, that does make it you outer if there's no.
You know what? Yeah, you know what? I'll just agree with Soul. I'll just agree.
That entirely does make you outer if there's no contradiction. But ignoring the point, the whole point goes like this. Just because somebody created them and he wasn't enlightened doesn't deny the point that he's still a representation or a metafictional representation of Buddha, right? Saying this main general occupant, what determines a Buddha to be a Buddha, would probably be the case for Sengoku. Since he has the Buddha fruit. It's very simple. This general occupant would be the main thing that makes a Buddha. And as specifications for Journey to the West is the main thing that makes a Buddha, is being transcendental towards the whole limitational reach of Nirvana, which is above dimensionality by like 11 tiers.
Yeah, but there's not really like extrapolations on like the Sengoku's fruit, so theories are allowed, but to only an extent. When it comes to like that extent, that's crazy.
It's a W. So that is.
Yeah, I don't think it's like outer.
Yeah, that is BBL, Ray. I already said that.
I'm gonna beat y'all ass, I swear.
Bro, even people in the comments are saying it.
I'm gonna kick y'all ass.
Where did you get that BBL? Like Miami? Where'd you get it?
Nah, that definitely was a Vegas.
That shit was probably from Atlanta, to be honest.
What's that one TV show with the nigga who be giving them shits out to bitches?
I know what you're talking about.
No, Sengoku was OD though. Like a uncontrolled Blackbeard with like the devil fruit got like the quick powers got overpowered by just Sengoku waving his palm.